How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall, and yes, I am finally in my room. Now, guys, you guys can see in the back, I haven't, set up anything. I literally just got done getting everything from my car, so I'll set up everything later throughout the day, throughout this weekend, and hopefully by the next video you guys will see the full room makeover. Probably give you guys a little tour to show you guys parts of it. Actually, here in a bit, I'm going to show you guys just all the stuff I have. Show you the room a little bit because it's a little bit different than last year. I showed you guys last year when I did the vlogs and all that, so I'm going to still show it in this video. But in today's video, we're talking about a very, very good Aggie who's loved by many Aggie fans, AJ Harris. Great player. Not a player I was able to watch, obviously. I mean, I could have if I was an Aggie fan at the time, but I wasn't when the time he was playing. He wasn't playing too long ago, pretty recent, actually. Mario Moccia has posted about how he thought he was a dog. And he's all saying, I think on Twitter, he said something like he can't have favorites, but, AJ Harris is a very, very, very solid player. It'd be great if we had a player like him on our Aggie team, and who knows, we can maybe have a player that steps up to be like him on the defensive and the offensive end. Really good on offense, but also really good on defense, just like many former Aggies that we talked about on this channel. But before we get into that, I want to show you guys the room a little bit. So like I said, not everything's, fully moved in yet. Shout out to LeBron, second greatest player of all time, not the GOAT, and not in my opinion at least. That's Michael Jordan. But yeah, all this stuff, as you guys see, all that there. Got some shoes up here. I'm going to organize it, like I said. Got some toilet paper for the bathroom. I'm going to organize it all. I'll also make my bed eventually. Put my clothes in there and stuff. I still have some stuff here, washing stuff, and then I got some snacks in here. Some of it's probably melted. Got my computer. I'm using that as like a tripod type thingy. I have a tripod, but it's all in my, stuff. Still getting organized. Got some trash out here. Got my keys and stuff. Got my room keys right there. Got this that they gave me at the front. It's 8 in the morning, not 8 in the morning right now, but it was 8 in the morning when I was checking in. I wanted to check in the earliest time I could, and I realized that was the earliest time you could. I think last year I didn't check until 4 because the people I was staying with in Artesia after my family moved. They were leaving like noon, so I wanted to say bye to them. We knew a little bit later, but glad I got everything situated. Really sweaty too, really hot. Gotta get used back to the New Mexico weather. Been in Washington for the past 3 months. It was really hot like in LA when I was down there for the cruise in Long Beach, in Mexico and Cabo and all that. Again, really fun cruise. If you guys haven't checked out the video I made on the cruise where I talked about the Aggies playing against Texas this upcoming season, please go check that out before you watch this one. That video it hasn't done bad. It just has over 100 views. So just please go check that out, like it up. Comment if you want. But let's get straight into this video. So AJ Harris played for the Aggies for 3 full seasons. His first season was the 2015-16 season, where again he played the whole season, was a big time rotational player, but wasn't as good as he was the past couple of seasons, or not past couple of seasons, but the last 2 seasons he was there. He averaged just under 3 points a game his first year, but brought on the defensive end, really fought for his spot in the rotation. His last 2 seasons with the Aggies, I think he had a redshirt year there between, I'm not 100% sure. But his last 2 seasons he played with the Aggies, he averaged about 9.5 points a game, was able to get a lot of rebounds as well, assists, all that. He averaged about 3 assists, 2 rebounds a game for his Aggie career, averaged 7 points in all for his whole career. If it wasn't for that first year, if he would have played a little bit of that first year, could have averaged about like 9.5 points a game like he did in those last 2 seasons with the Aggies. He shot about 40% from the field, so not horrible, not great either. He didn't shoot the 3 ball that well. He shot below 40%. Free throws he shot just under 70%. So shooting wasn't the greatest. Definitely could have been better. But he wasn't a guy you could just leave open. Like if you left him open, he's going to definitely be able to knock that down. Especially in college basketball nowadays. Like if he was playing college basketball now, I'm sure he would develop more of a shot. I know he didn't play too much long ago, but at the same time, the game's just changed even just in the past 5 years. Shooting the ball wise, I mean, obviously Steph Curry changed the game for the better in my opinion. But people are shooting more threes than ever, and it seems like every year just keeps on going more and more. Like in 2019, we thought the 3 ball was crazy. Now in 2024, it's even more. That's why you're seeing guys like Luka Doncic or SGA in the NBA scoring 35 a game. Even Joel Embiid, he was a terrific defender for the Aggies, like I stated earlier. He was the 2019 second team All WAC, won some defensive awards as well. In 2019, that was his last year. His best year, in my opinion, statistically. And if you just watched his highlights or whatever, or if you watched him at the time, I'm sure some of you guys watching this video watched him at the time, you probably testify that was his best season, which is good because it was his last year. Actually made a mistake. His last season was the 2020 season, but only playing 3 games due to injury, starting in 2 of them, averaged about 7 points a game. So averaged about what he did for his career. Not as good as his couple seasons prior where he was averaging just under 10, but still did some solid things in the time that he got. And obviously would have played a lot better if he didn't have injuries. It sucks too because that's the year that COVID canceled everything, and that was the year the Aggies could have made a big run. If only he would have got like an extra year of eligibility because of that. I don't believe he did, not what I saw in the research I was looking at. I think he already redshirted a year 2, so he used up all the years of eligibility. Just kind of sucks that's the way his career ended off, but he still ended off playing well. So can't complain about that. If it wasn't for him, the Aggies wouldn't have been as good as those seasons. I'm sure they'd still be a dominant team and still make, the tournaments and all that. but I don't think they would have been near as good as they were, maybe not even had as high of a seed as a 12 seed, maybe like only like a 14 or 15 seed if it wasn't for AJ, because he just brought so much to the table on the defensive end, like I said. And he also scored the ball a little bit too. He redshirted the 2017 season, like I was saying earlier, how he redshirted year, that was a 2017 year. I can't remember how good the Aggies were that year, but I still believe they made the tournament. His 2016 season, his first season where he averaged just under 3 a game. I can't remember if I said it already, or he played for Ohio State. I think I might have said he played for NMSU, but he played for Ohio State. And I might have just said that he just played his freshman year. I didn't say where. So he was at Ohio State. Sorry for not making that, clear. But he was at a, big time program, a Power 5 program. Then came to the WAC. Was able to do some great things. A lot of times players will transfer down. I wouldn't say transfer down a level because it's still Division I basketball, but transfer down, some conferences. Going from a high major to a mid major, and it really seems to work for them. A guy like KJ Allen, who I've talked about a couple times on this channel, made a video on. One of my favorite players in college basketball last season that wasn't an Aggie. Went from Texas Tech where he only averaged about 2.5 a game points wise, and then went to Portland State where he was the leading scorer and rebounder, averaged about 13.5 points. I think he averaged about 5 to 7 rebounds a game. Can't remember on the top of my head. So I guess it was just a good thing for AJ Harris to do. He's also a really dominant scorer in high school, obviously. It kind of makes sense. If you're a college athlete in any sport, you probably really good in high school. But not all guys are a big time scorer in high school. I know this guy, Colton Mitchell, played at UMass Division I basketball. He was a starting point guard there for I think for half a year. Then the other years he came off the bench. If you guys watch Devontae Friga, you might know him. He's one of his buddies. He averaged like 12 points and 8 assists his senior year. He's just more of a facilitator. So not every single guy is obviously going to be a big time scorer like that. But, like I said, he averaged just under 20 games his senior year. Did great things scoring the ball his whole high school career. Got, multiple Division I offers. Obviously chose to go to Ohio State, then to NMSU, and did great things at both of them. More specifically at NMSU, obviously, because we're the best. And the school he was at in, high school was in Ohio. I'm pretty sure he's from Ohio, too, if I'm not mistaken. So makes sense why he chose to stay in state, go to Ohio State. Just didn't work out for him. Decided to, go elsewhere. And, Aggie fans are glad that he came to Las Cruces. Obviously, like I was saying earlier, already multiple times helped the Aggies win, some tournaments, WAC tournaments and all that, make the NCAA tournament. Just a great Aggie career in general. Nothing to be, upset about. I know they lost some of those years, but, if I were him, I'd be really happy with how my career panned out at NMSU. His basketball career did not end at New Mexico State, playing professional basketball. I believe he's still playing right now, playing there for at least a couple seasons, but not sure where. I saw his Instagram that he's playing overseas. Couldn't tell where it was at. If you guys look at his Instagram, it's like AJ Harris 12 or something like that, or I'll probably throw it up on the screen so you guys can go check him out and all that. I was trying to look up information online about his stats and all that, what he was doing overseas. Could not find a single thing. I was just trying to look as much as I could. I was looking up AJ Harris and NMSU overseas. AJ Harris, it looked like it was like he was on some team named the Falcons. So AJ, if you're watching this video, let us know, man. Or maybe I can do an interview with him eventually. That'd be pretty cool. I do want to make some videos or do some interviews with some players. I'm not sure if I said this in my last video. I don't think I did. But Terriante Thomas, one of the assistant coaches for NMSU, that I made a video on pretty recently, just under about a month ago, I think. He actually DM'd me on Instagram and told me that he really appreciated the video I made. There are some things obviously I didn't know about him fully. So he just was answering some of those questions. And he said that if I want to do an interview with him in person, make another video to do that. So I'll most likely do that. So expect that in the future. Not sure when. Probably within the next couple months before the season starts, because that's when they're going to be very busy. I mean, they're busy right now in the offseason stuff, but they won't be as busy as they will be in the future. Also, might get some interviews with some of the, some of the players. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe like Gabe Pickens or something, because he's been a big supporter of the social media accounts. He's always commenting on them. Like I said, Terriante said, I can get in contact with him, interview him, or any of the players for the YouTube channel, or for NMSU News 22, which I'll be writing for. As you guys know, last year, I think I mentioned it, I'll write for Kokopelli and NMSU. This year, it's going to be NMSU News 22, and I think what is that? It's like something from the lights, like glaring, it's getting my eye. But I'll definitely post when I'm doing all that. So please, go check out NMSU News 22 on Instagram if you guys haven't already, because I will be writing for them for this upcoming year. It's a little news outlet for the school, one of the more well-known ones, more well-known than Kokopelli. My professor from last year retired, so we have a new professor, so trying to get everything situated with that, with Kokopelli and all that. But it's going to be really fun this year. Really excited to start writing for NMSU News 22. Going to be some great things. This is against the news outlet, but I'll be doing all the writing, all the behind-the-scenes work. And if we need interviews for basketball, I know who to go to. Talk to Terriante, or I can try to get in contact with Coach Houdin like I did last year. I did that interview. Maybe make a video on it and post it on here. That'd be great. That's going to close the video. Again, sorry I can't find more information online about AJ Harris's overseas career and all that, but if you guys can find anything, let me know. Because if you play professional basketball, it's amazing. And he definitely has the resume for it with how great he did for the Aggies. Again, I wish that last year he played would have been a little bit better. I didn't realize that because when I was looking at his stats online, I didn't see anything about the 2020 year. But then I found more about it when I was going on to the NMSU page. And so I guess I should start going to the NMSU page all the time, because I usually try to look at the information all around. I look at his ESPN stats and all that. But again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really, really do appreciate it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm kind of sweaty just because how hot it's been outside. And I said that earlier, but next video, hopefully you guys see more of the background. It's gonna be really exciting. I'll try to figure out the lighting situation because as you guys see, there's like some light that keeps getting in my eye, I think. So I'll probably close the blinds. Kind of want to have it open just to add some more light. You guys can kind of see the back a little bit. As you guys see, there's a building right there. That's the building I'm at, obviously, here at Chamisa. There's 4 different buildings. Obviously, I switched the buildings from last year. Gonna be a really fun year. Really, really excited. Expect some great videos. The videos are gonna be back. This is only the second video I've uploaded this month, which I don't like, but at the same time, it's understanding. I feel like, I just had the cruise, getting back here, was at my friend's house. Didn't really have time to make a video. I was really busy doing a lot of things. And the time I did have time to make videos, like everyone else was in the house, so it was kind of hard to pick a spot to make a video. Would have been rushed, so I'd rather just wait till now. And not to be rushed and be a little bit of a better video. Not sure the next video you guys will see is gonna be about, but do expect a video. Today's Saturday. This video will be going up on Sunday the 18th. So expect a video sometime later this week. Again, I want to get back to uploading, at least a couple times a week, if not more. Get that all situated. But I'm rambling on a whole lot. Thank you guys so much. Wow. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out.